During my pechakucha assignment, I gave a sort of history lesson about the migration of Chinese to America, their settlement in Chicago, and many of the struggles they faced. These struggles included overcrowding and housing problems, which also forced Chinese immigrants to send their children to school outside of the community because of not having enough schools just like the one that you see now. But there is so much more than just history. Present-day Chinatown society is full of everyday, normal people like anywhere else. While walking through their constantly growing community, you see storefronts, restaurants, and cafes. There are laundromats, apartments, and like any other tourist location, there are even some gift shops. I usually don't go to Chinatown without my favorite cousin Vicky, who you'll see in just a moment. We love to walk into every gift shop we see and look at the small trinkets and other items that you see when you walk in. Just like other gift shops, Chinatowns are filled with items relating to the society of the people that live there. In many of the shops, you'll see hanging paper lanterns that symbolize the wish for a better future. You also see religious items as statues of Buddha, who is a great icon in their religion. You see lotus flowers who symbolize beauty in China, and samurai swords that are now considered an art form, but as the way of that the steel is welded to create such beautiful blades. And now they're shared with Americans when Chinese immigrants come and share their new ideas about these swords. There's so much more in these shops. There's paper fans that Chinese women used to use in olden days when women weren't allowed to talk in public. And so written in between the folds of these fans was script that only women knew how to read. You see other statues of Buddha and the Chinese dragon of the new year. You also see a bonsai tree, which symbolizes balance and harmony in life and now is beautifully rendered in statues of gems. There's also grocery marts with fresh ginseng and ginger and other roots and herbs that are commonly and greatly used in Chinese cuisine, including teas. My cousin and I love going through the different shops and sometimes experiencing the types of foods and cuisines that they have while we're there. But there's so much more, including religion. In some churches in Chinatown, you have to take off your shoes as a symbol to honor the gods and hopefully have your wishes granted by them. While walking into a church on our own during our visit, you see many statues of their gods, how each god represents a different ideal or moral. You see offerings and how people bring food in and sit at the altar and worship and ask the gods to grant their wishes through their will. Also in a lot of churches, you see the goddess Guan Yin, who is the goddess of compassion in their culture. There's so much more to Chinatown than people see. All you have to do is look for it.